All right, we got some guests popping in here. Appreciate you tuning in for the webinar. You're in the right place. We'll give it just another minute or so for some more folks to join. But we are excited to talk about, yeah, just how to make your installs fly by when it's a clean deal handed to us. Perfect packet, as we like to say, I believe.
Yeah, perfect packet. I like that.
Yeah. One of the easiest ways to find out that a job is going to cancel early on is the fact that it doesn't enter the system complete. We find that roughly, I don't know, I think it was like 30% of jobs that don't enter into the system with all the right stuff cancel. Just right off the bat.
Yep.
Like, don't have a utility bill, you don't have all the steps covered. You don't have all of the stuff necessary in order to push the job through past NTP, and they just fall out, and it's a big bummer because
Yeah,
you could take 5 more minutes in the house and try and
yep,
get that stuff. So, um,
absolutely.
cool.
All right,
Yeah, five more minutes for a few extra $1,000. Sign me up.
Yeah,
for
right.
sure. Yep. All right, well, I think we can get going here. We got a good crop of folks coming in. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so just to kind of roughly set the agenda here, we're talking about clean deals, talking about getting your installs done fast and what you can do, just in the course of your normal daily grind to help us do our jobs way, way better without, yeah, like Brandon just said, maybe a couple extra minutes of effort. We're going to go over the clean deal checklist just as a reminder of everybody. And then we're also going to introduce a couple somewhat new tools to us, but they've been around in a couple forms. But we've got the Rep Hub that we're kicking off, and it has the proposal request function in there, which you'll find anybody who has been using it can attest to this. You'll find it makes it a lot easier to get a very, very nice design and presentation ready for your customer that's just going to cruise through. No question of like, oh, did we put the panels in the right place? Can we fit this many? How is it going to look on the, you just have all that paved in front of you. It's nice like that. So, and then, yeah, and any Q&A, anything like that. Anything else you guys wanted to cover today, you think, Andy, Brandon?
Yeah,
No, I think,
yeah,
go
go ahead.
ahead, Brandon.
No, all right. Well, thank you. I think in reference to the first question is, fast installs comes with knowing territories, right? So I think what we will do at some point during this conversation is share the heat mapping and what Solar App Plus is with all the
Yep.
guys on the call.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, we'll touch on it in a little bit, but Solar App Plus is basically a regulation and rule that all the AHJs in California have to now follow in order to process solar or PV and storage projects. The guys that have adopted it are the ones that are fancy and they actually have computers in their city halls and their cities locations. Um, and
Computers
yeah,
in
right.
a
Computers, right?
municipal building? Are you kidding me right now, Andy?
This crazy email thing, right? Whereas in the past, most of the cities were accepting only a paper copy of a design that they would run through. Some cities required 3 copies, some required two. There were like 156 different ways to actually submit a permit in the state of California, which is why this is so crazy.
Kind of
Um,
bananas. Yeah.
yeah, Solar App Plus is going to help with that. We will constantly keep you guys updated. There's a website that you're about to get in the chat that you can actually look at and see who's adopted this.
Yeah,
And
and
I
we'll
run towards those areas for faster installs.
we'll be sure to blast it out as well with any recaps and all that. So, what
And
I can
real
start.
quick, for those of you who don't know us, Danny
Oh yeah.
O'Malley,
Hey.
Director of ESP, maker of all things fun and cool. I'm Andy, VP of Sales Operations over here at ESP, and that's Brandon Barton, our Director of Sales and knower of all things in home, at the kitchen table, door knocking, lead generation. Geez, all the things. He's been a sales guru for a long time. And so very familiar. So hopefully between the three of us, we can really tackle a lot of this stuff and help you guys get some installs fast in the state of California.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. We've got the clean deal checklist. If anybody has been onboarded somewhat recently in the last couple of years, this should look pretty familiar to you, but this is just a handy checklist that you're always going to want to have in the back of your mind, basically, as you're entering into a home, or hopefully not remembering as you're exiting the home, right? Like, wait, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I forgot to get your driver's license and bill and all this stuff or whatever. So this is going to help us kick off every project nice and easy. First things first, get that credit approval, obviously, or use the Paykeeper account verification steps. We've covered Paykeeper a few times. It's a
Yeah.
nice digital escrow, secure, cool stuff. That's definitely for your techie or savvier people to a degree. They'll still help out anybody, even if they're, not, but obviously assigned HIA, and then making sure that all of this stuff matches the utility bill. That's going to be important. We can't have, random names mismatched or anything like that. That slows us down a lot if the homeowner who signed the agreement isn't the one on the utility bill or isn't on the title or any of that kind of stuff. Make sure you scrub for that first, right? And then obviously utility bill, that's going to be very important to help out. You should be using that obviously to kind of build the, proposal and say, hey, looking at this is how much you have. Make sure you keep a copy of it when you're done there. Anything you guys want to touch on with that?
I would like to elaborate that
Yeah,
utility bill, it's not just page one, guys. We don't need just
right.
the home name and address. Make sure you're getting that trend bar, the usage. So basically all pages, right? Do yourself a solid, get that PDF copy as easily legible, and we can submit for a net metering a lot easier that way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think for the PPA and the lease or TPO, third party owned projects over there on the right side, I think one of the biggest things these days is with these light reach deals or Everbright deals, one of the biggest things that you can do is make sure that that ACH is filled out, because that's going to allow the job to get pushed through to NTP, right?
Yeah,
So if you're missing that ID, it's going to stop. If you're missing that title verification, if it's needed, it's going to stop. If it doesn't have ACH filled out, it's going to stop. What we want to do is be able to process this. And we actually look at each individual company and rep and look at the numbers of how often you actually give us a job and what the percentage is that it gets to NTP on the first try, on the second try, on the third try. And so why we're doing this is we're seeing a lot of jobs not making it through on the first try, which means things go on hold, things stop, things pause, things take longer. It takes longer for everybody to get paid. So it's really what we want to do. We want to get everybody moving quickly.
absolutely. Okay. Anything else we wanted to touch on the Center and Evrite, or should we, speaking of, maybe move over to proposal requests?
Yeah, let's do that.
I think that's exciting for everybody. Let me get that page pulled up here. Here is the hub. It's that easy to find, journeyasp.com/hub. We tried to make it really, really easy to find. So you can bookmark this on your phone. You can do the little add to home screen thing once you're on this page if you're on your phone. So that's really handy. And this is really easy to use. All of these forms are mobile friendly. So you're not going to be, struggling, shrinking and using your thing like some other platforms do. But this way, the proposal design request is how you're going to want to just right there front and center, pop in here and start filling this out. So this is a nice little form. It'll walk you through everything and basically give you a proposal request at the end of it once you fill it out the right way. Andy, who should we use here? I don't have
Well, you
a
can use
good
my
use. Andy
Shvatsa.
Schwartz. Got it. All right. You're gonna have
Mm,
my phone number.
cool.
Okay.
Andy
Marketing.
or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And this is gonna be ESP. Okay. Who is the property owner? We'll go with Jane Smith. because it's feeding us this number. And jane@smiths.com. Okay. What is the street address? Andy, give me a street address real quick.
5526 West 133rd Street.
Street. And does it ask the city? Yes, city.
Hold on.
Who? Where?
LA.
LA. Nice. California. Oh, you might have noticed that Texas is on there.
Yeah, go
Coming
back.
soon.
In
Oh,
fact,
wait a
actually, it
minute.
might be worth
Wait a
showing
minute.
how to go back.
Wait a minute. Oh yeah, just this little guy here. What were the options again? California or Texas? Ooh.
Texas is now live, everybody.
Okay.
Dallas and the DFW area.
Please contact
Roughly
your
about a
dedicated.
2 hour drive or a 100-mile radius, I think, or maybe it's a 200-mile radius around the city of Dallas and the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We are now accepting sales and installing.
Yeah, so if you guys want, get the owner of the company to ask the dedicated ESP account executive. We can send over a Texas agreement and get you guys going.
Yep.
Yeah. 90292 or 90250.
Thank
I don't
you. And then lender. So this is where you're going to get to choose. And I believe we're gonna soon offer light reach in here.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yep. Okay. So stay
Very
tuned
soon.
for that very, very soon. And let's just go with
Everbright,
good
yeah.
Everbright. Yeah. Do you have your own portal login?
I do.
Should, right? Yeah, good. What are the maximum, or yes, would you like to design? So this is just basically us doing max fit.
Yeah.
So if you want us to be precise, you can put no, but usually it's easiest just go max fit. What kind of adders do you want in here? And these are all going to be options that we can include into an Everbright project, right? So if they,
yeah, MPU if needed.
yeah, do that. And I think we're good there. They don't need anything else. If there's a roof included, now here is where, if you noticed on the hub, ooh, let me try this here. Boom, there we go. There was also a roof quote estimator, and we're constantly refining this to be as accurate as possible, but this is just a real quick way to get a number you can spit out here. I won't do it. We'll come back to that another time, but this is, it takes you literally seconds, and you should be able to get a good number that you can put into either in QuickBase or in here to get a roof estimate that'll help us be within spitting distance of the right price here. So we'll just skip that. No need for, so PPW. What do you think, Andy? What should we do PPWs wise?
$4.
4 on the nose. Love it. Escalator, and again, if you don't select anything, default 3.5. Okay. Many kilowatts. Now, this is where, again, you'll want to make sure that you're leaning on the utility bill and working, with the homeowner to get a good generation profile. So you should have already had that conversation before you come in here, ideally, right?
Say 13,000. Yeah.
13,000. Okay. Good stuff.
I think it's important to note there, Danny, if it's okay.
Yes.
It's not how many kilowatts the homeowner is using, is how much do you want us to produce with
generate.
Solar.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. And there is that, cap there that we need to kind of abide by, but yeah, just obviously you're going to want to shoot for a comfortable range, and hopefully with max fit we'll be able to meet and or exceed. So kind of product should we get? Now you can scroll down here. This is important to note. Sometimes this doesn't show up all the options when you're just looking at it. It's a little bit compressed. Make sure you scroll down if you want to find the right options here. What do you want to go with, Andy?
Power shift. Yeah.
Power shift right there at the bottom. Easy.
Yep.
Okay. How many do they want?
Let's just do one.
Good old oneer. Which manufacturer should we do?
Enphase.
Enphase, always a classic choice.
Yeah.
Do a little guy or medium guy? What do you think?
Do a 10. Yeah.
Tenor, good.
I like the
Okay.
10.
Now, site location pin, this is always handy if, especially if when you made it to the home, or, if you're looking up the home on Google, if the pin doesn't land on the house directly, if it's like somewhere kind of crazy, this is definitely helpful for us. There are times where if you have somebody with a larger property, especially, could look like, they're out in the middle of a field and we just want to make sure we're going to land it on the right house. So optional. You don't have to do it, but if you are on your phone, you can just take a quick screen grab of Google Maps, throw it in here. Super easy.
Yeah, for sure for that too. If you're, I've had run into a couple recently with townhomes. And so
Yep.
although the townhomes are not stacked, they're right next to each other, so it can look like it's one big roof. You definitely want to draw a line of where their roof ends and the neighbor's begins, even if they're butted up next to each other.
That's
So
a really good point. Yeah.
good, good way to do
If you've,
that.
if you've got the little, doodling powers on your phone, when you take a screenshot, you can edit it and add a little, hash mark around it of saying, hey, this is roughly where their, ownership of the roof space over their head starts and ends.
And just to also clarify, we'll do a townhome, we won't do a condo.
No condos. Yes, they must, like I said, they must own what is over their head. That
No
is
shared roof.
key. No
Yeah,
shared roof space. Yep. So not all condos are created equal. Okay, so panel placement considerations. This is
no
where if
preference.
no preference, okay, perfect. Well, if you had a preference, you could choose from any of those other ones. And then the all important utility bill. Again, remember, this is going to be something if you have those screen grabs, or if they sent you a PDF, or if you have if they shared their online account info with you, to make sure you can just grab all of that. Any way you get it to us is great. And right up front here is always helpful. So does it let us keep going if we do? It does. Okay. All right. And we can do all 12 months. Let's just keep it easy. Oh, let's see here, actually.
Yeah, let's do annual. It actually is pretty helpful in building the system out to be exact, right?
Yeah.
Is to enter in the monthly usage.
But
Um,
the precise usage, not just
yeah,
1,000 for all months.
yeah, exactly. Good,
Yep.
good.
And then any notes you have for us is always helpful again. So you can do the, hey, they don't want anything on the front of the house, or we already asked that question, but if you want to be more specific on that, they, want to have it over here, optimal, location, that kind of stuff. That's all great. And then that's it.
And then you
Finish it,
submit.
submit,
Yeah,
and we're done.
What's great about this is, all hours of operations currently is Monday through Friday, 11 to 7. Our
Yep.
proposal team will reply all to the email, and you'll receive that with a breakdown of the proposal price per kilowatt hour. And as long as you continue to reply all, you'll be communicating with our proposal team directly, and we'll get you set for
Yep.
success.
Now, and I want to point out something else that's kind of cool the way we set this up. This redirected straight over to the other form that's available on the Rep Hub, which is requesting a site, basically a site survey here, which is submit project review. And if we hit start, it's going to remember a lot of that information, or it's supposed to, right? You got use. I'm going to carries
yeah.
over. Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you, Andy.
No problem. Boom. Here we go. So if we're looking at this bad boy, I just was over here at the hub. I wanted to submit this project because I just got it all signed up. It's going to pop over here and it's going to say, let's get started. And it's going to remember all this stuff. So I just entered some info in, and here's the homeowner name, homeowner information. Here's the address, city, state, zip, preferred phone. Would you like a secondary sign or contact? Nope. Homeowner have any special requests? Nope, they're easy. Sold a battery, sold partial home. Right here is where I can do the ESP backup load calculator. So if I'm doing like a partial backup or a whole home backup, obviously we need to let them know what circuits we're going to use. If you click this little bad boy right here, it's going to take you right to this page so you can figure this out and take a screenshot of, let's say, what type of battery it is, the size of the battery that you're using, what you got, what loads you want. So I want to use the lights, the TV, the laptop, the Wi-Fi. The easiest thing to do from here is then you can even actually jump over to the dealer adder calculator. So you guys, if you wanted to, you can calculate what the cost of all adders is going to be based on your selections here. So like if you wanted to choose an MPU, then you know that that price of the MPU is right there, which is really cool. But for the load backup calculator, all you're going to do is just go here, take a screenshot, roll over here, drag it in, upload that bad boy. There it is. Click OK. Then again, is someone over 18 going to be there? Yes. Are all pets going to be put away? Yes. Load up a utility bill. Let's see, we can just do another one right here. If this will allow me to do it. Yep. Submit project for review. Boom, click. Here's our hours. If you're submitting from outside these hours, please contact support when we are open. This form creates a lead. So what's really cool is if you're using an outside portal to generate your business, so like Everbright, Lightreach, Sunrun, you name it, this lead, when you do this, it's going to automatically be created in our system. So our team will be able to find it, see it, upload it, convert it to a job, and set up the site survey, and you're ready to rock and roll. Pretty freaking cool. By the way, if you wanted to chit chat with anybody at ESP during these hours, join ESP.com, come right down here. This is our main page. Click support, start a chat, and you're off to the races. You can just say hi, get in touch, live chat. And what's cool is this is going to create a email that is going to send you, when you're done with your chat, a full log of everything that was said on that chat. So you'll have that in perpetuity and you can keep it for the rest of your life as a keepsake.
Print it, frame it.
Yeah.
We know everybody. We know everybody loves doing that.
So yeah, that's the submit a project for review or set up a site survey. Super easy, guys. We really want to have this sales resource hub be a hub for all things that you guys would need along the way, including change orders, updates, adder calculators, backup load calculators, roof quote estimators, pipeline or project reviews, all that fun stuff. Check it out.
It's beauty. Well, we had teased the speedy install, solar install map as well. Pull that up here.
Nice.
And we'll share that link out here. And we're going to do our best to update this as we get more information that municipalities have actually adopted it. So right here, it's kind of not much to look at because there are more cities that have not adopted this than there are. But to get just the ones that have, you can actually turn it off. I like looking at this in Google Earth because it's a little bit prettier of an experience, and you can actually use the search tool as well. So what you can do in here, same thing, of just hide these two areas from the view. Come on now. Come on, Google. There we go. Hide. There we go. So hopefully, allegedly, by I believe it's September this year, they should all be yellow. So we should be able to basically do away with this because everybody will have adopted it. But for now, these are going to be how you find cities or municipalities, AHJs near you, near your territory, that your preferred hunting grounds, that should be able to get us basically a same day or over the counter permit, under 24-hour turnaround on solar and battery projects, right?
Yeah.
So that helps immensely.
Guys, dial this in. If you're creating a blitz or you're buying lead gen, get your zip codes in order, know what target markets to hit, so you can get fastest blast on the roof. It helps everybody here.
For sure.
So for example, this was this the address you gave me, Andy?
Oh yeah, for Hawthorne.
Yep. So I just pulled that up. As you can see here, this is unfortunately, I don't believe it's in a zip. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes because
over to the right, the little right yellow dot.
There we go. There we go. Perfect. Yep. So this is in the city.
That's the city hall right there. And that's where
City Hall.
someone would go and submit the permit in the city of Hawthorne.
Yep. So they're in good shape here. But if you went a little bit south, ooh, unfortunately not. Lawndale and Redondo and most of all these guys are yet to adopt it. So
Yeah, so
something
those
to keep in
are
mind.
LA County versus LA City. So if we're looking, so you can see the yellow dots are going to be county and the gray dots are going to be city. So
Individual
also,
cities.
also an interesting way if you guys wanted to knock doors in, let's say, the Los Angeles area and you were looking for DWP versus SCE or vice versa. The yellow dots are going to be Edison, most likely. The gray dots, DWP.
Yeah, we do have a little reference map of
Yeah.
DWP that I can send out as well. Okay. Any questions on that? Is everybody pumped for Solar App Plus? Like I
Yeah.
said,
It's fun.
we'll be updating that. Hopefully, like I said, monthly we'll see that spread over the next, yeah, clock's ticking for them. Next 5 months they have to get those computers booted up and dust off the old block monitors and that they have at City Hall.
Yeah. Again, guys, this is simple stuff. It's mostly common sense stuff as well. I think for the most part, we all know exactly what we need to get in order to make a job complete and have it be a perfect packet, right? And so that perfect packet includes all the things that we need to get NTP and move the job forward. NTP, by the way, notice to proceed from the financing companies out there. So all of the lenders, the details that they need to process the loans. Other than that, like keep it coming, guys, gals. We appreciate all your guys' business. What else do we need here for fast, clean installs?
I think this is time for our general Q&A here because we have presented the resources that we had prepared. But yeah, again, hit us up if you want to see where our fastest installs have been lately. We do have a map for that as well, just to kind of average out every factor that we have. Obviously, permitting, how quick we're getting glass on roof, how PTO timelines have been with utilities lately. We do track all of that because it's important to us to make sure that we're flowing fast, and we do want to share that with you guys so you can help. Hey, it's already fast here. Let's keep it going. Let's,
Yeah.
we're going to be able to usually repeat that type of performance in those areas, especially when there's, clean, easy permitting for us. So
I think Justin had a really good question regarding our revised battery pricing. I know that we had that M phase price drop that was good until April 1st, and now we're on April 3rd. So, Andy, maybe highlight what we got going on at ESP.
Yeah, let's keep the party going, guys. The discounted battery pricing is going to stick with us for the remainder of the month. We'll see what's going on even further than that. We also had some deeper discounts on the Franklin whole home batteries as well.
yes.
So there's a little bit of new pricing if you saw the newsletter that came out. If you didn't, you guys could probably find that on the sales hub
Ooh,
during
if you go to the rep hub and go down to the bottom for the latest updates, it'll be right there for
it'll
you.
be right there, yeah. And so the new pricing updates will be there for you. We're doing everything that we can on our end to continue to drive down the cost of the batteries. The more batteries that are sold, the more probably the better pricing that we're going to be able to get as well from everybody out there. So keep it coming, keep doing the right things for your homeowners. Add batteries to all the jobs that need them, especially in the big three, SCE, PG&E, SDG&E, where we know it's going to make the most impact for sure.
Absolutely.
Go from there.
Solar Edge pricing went a little bit down, and we dropped the battery pricing in there too. So make sure
Yep.
make sure you have everything in your arsenal at your fingertips for whatever's going to be the best option for the homeowner.
Yeah.
All in the interest of, yeah, making it just a slam dunk of a sale.
Cool. Let's see here. Looks like Justin's got another question. One more question for the PPI option. Can you do a full
Full
backup?
backup.
What is the battery option? Franklin, sorry, this may be a noob question. No problem. We love noob questions, Justin. Yeah, so for full backup with let's say an Everbright job, then you're looking at Franklin as your choice for a
Yep.
whole home backup. Exactly. Yeah, Light Reach isn't quite there yet. They're going to be there in a couple weeks. We'll keep you all posted.
Yeah, I would say, hey, Justin, in regards to battery packages or just anybody out there in general, each PPA that we've onboarded with ESP is a little different in their own ways, right? So let's do our
For
own.
sure.
You want Sunrun training, if you want to dial in Everbright, Light Reach, or Bright Star, both are, like I said, unique. So it's more than just battery in the process. So yeah, let's do it. Let's set it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for anybody who just wants to get a little bit more clarity on any of those, we are at your disposal for sure. So hit us up with who we should invite back. We haven't had Franklin on for a while. We should maybe get them back. We could have any of our partners are usually more than willing to hop on a webinar with us. So yeah, if you want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, absolutely let us know.
Let us know.
I have
Awesome.
I got two things maybe. One is, guys, ESP is going to be at SolarCon. If you're going to be in
Yes.
that direction, hit us up. Let's get
Yeah.
together. Let's do brunch, break bread, if that's the case. And then, beyond that, we will begin a FAQ Friday. Danny, do you want to highlight that maybe?
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. I was going to bring that up. We do have our first FAQ Friday on the calendar for this Friday. Little early, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. Hopefully you guys can roll out of bed. There we go. Andy's got the
There we
backup.
go.
You're quicker than me. So yeah, we are again just kind of opening it up and making sure that anything you guys want to know, anything that we can cover that helps you again just out in the field, anything you feel like you've kind of maybe need a reminder on, anything that just keeps like a stumbling block for you, anything like that. There are no noob questions, Justin. It's totally fine. We should all be comfortable asking questions and making sure that we're always up to date and have the right info at our fingertips. So yeah, and we will send that out. If you didn't see the link for it, it was in the newsletter. It just went out yesterday afternoon, but we'll send another reminder here, yeah, in the next day or two, just to hop on there and hit us with what you got.
Julio.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody,
Anything
for
else?
joining.
Okay. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.